Alrighty, welcome back everyone. Scarland here, bringing you a new Neverwinter video. Now today, as the title suggests, we're going to be talking about the shiny Metallic Dragonborn, which is a race, and we're going to have a minor discussion and my overall opinions on this. Now I am making this video a little late, so Tuesday, June 30th, all the way up till July 16th. So depending on when you're watching this video, the current date is July 7th of 2020. If you're watching this video down the road, then you probably missed out on this, but hey, it could always come around again. So what exactly is Shiny Metallic Dragonborn? Well, it's best in slot. It's the best in slot race currently in the game. Now, most people just have Dragonborn. So let's talk about this for a market standpoint view, not only real life currency, but also in-game currency. Let's just take a moment to talk about the market data here. So a lot of people are worried that Neverwinter is just basically selling out at this point, right? We've seen this happen in numerous MMOs in the past. This costs $15, okay? $15, 1,500 Zen, $15 for the best in slot race. Now, from my understanding and from my viewpoint, is that the company keeps saying that they're trying to bridge the gap between the new influx of players and the veteran players. It's the biggest concern they have right now, is all of the new players coming into the game not being adequately geared enough to do content where the veteran players are, and that there is a huge gap. So over the past 5 to 6 months, right? We're halfway through the year. We're more than halfway through the year. Over the past 6 months, the company has not only given out a bunch of free items, but they're also having just numerous promotions and sales. So if we look at this, I can see why some people are getting worried and scared and are fearful that Neverwinter might be nearing its end, per se. It's nearing the end of its life cycle, right? We just celebrated the 7-year anniversary. Neverwinter is now 7 years old. A lot of people are looking at this and they're getting worried and scared. Because when a company is getting ready to go belly up, or they're going into maintenance mode and they're focusing on their new game, aka Magic Legends, right? All the resources at Cryptic have undoubtedly been poured into Magic Legends, right? I can see and I understand why people are afraid. We've seen this in numerous MMOs in the past that have gone under. It's the company's one last hoorah to make as much revenue before they shut down. I don't necessarily think that that's going on here. Executive producer Chris Whiteside has even personally told me Neverwinter's not going anywhere. Not anytime soon, at least. And I agree with him. I mean, it's a free-to-play game. There's a constant refresh of the player base. There's always new people coming into the game. Neverwinter will never shut down until they stop making money. So they're making lots of money, guys. Lots of money. Over these promotions of the past 6 months, they have probably made more money in the past 6 months than they probably made all of last year. And that's a pretty big statement to make. Now, obviously, I have no concrete evidence to back that up. They don't share their numbers. I have no idea their profit margins or their quarterly profit margins, right? But just from the promotions that they've had over the last 8 months, they've probably made more money in those past 8 to 9 months than they have in a long time. And it all started with the triple account-wide legendary mounts, right? So they came out with triple mount packs, 3 account-wide legendary mounts. They sold that for money. The first thing they did was have legendary mounts for sale in the Zen market anyway. Last Black Friday, they sold 3 legendary mounts for cold hard cash. Then came the legendary mount pack. along with a plethora of free items. They're handing out rank 15 runestones, rank 15 enchantments. Then, as recent, we've seen maxed out armor and weapon enchantments, as well as just rank 15s being sold. Along with numerous other things. They've given away companion tokens. They've given away a free bag, a free maxed out bag, a 42 slot bag, companion gear. They've given out so much free stuff and had so many promotions over these past several months, all drawing revenue for the company. So their biggest statement that they keep making is they're trying to bridge the gap between new players and veteran players. Now, what I think is happening, and which is a more logical explanation for this, is especially talking about shiny Metallic Dragonborn. They saw this as an opportunity just to make easy money, most likely. And I think it's a bait and switch. I can kind of see a race balancing happening. And I've already said this numerous times over the past several months that races in Neverwinter need rebalanced. There's no reason to have a best-in-slot race. Races in Neverwinter should be completely cosmetic. If they have minor statistical bonuses, fine. But you can't have one single race outweigh every race, because then everyone uses that race. It makes all the other races irrelevant. You're not going to run around as a dwarf or a wood elf when Dragonborn is best in slot. You're just not going to do that. Now, if you don't care, if you're not a min-maxer, you're not an endgame player, and you just don't care, well then yeah, you're going to pick whatever race you want. But if you're playing the game and you're a min-maxer, you're a veteran player, even if veteran status doesn't even have anything to do with it, if you're just a min-maxer and you want the maximum potential from your character, you're playing a Dragonborn, and then you're taking it one step further and you're playing shiny Metallic Dragonborn. So, as I can see them doing a good old bait and switch, and it's not just with the race, it's going to be with all those items. The enchantments we already know are going to be enhanced. Rank 16s and rank 17s will be coming most likely in Mod 20. Now that comes at the end of the year, we still have a good bit of time for that to happen, but it's undoubtedly going to happen. So they sold rank 15s and maxed out weapon and armor enchantments, and then all that stuff is going to go up anyway as far as enchantment levels go. So they sold all of that to the newer players because those newer players are content with those rank 15s, while as veteran players are going to go to the next rank, 16, 17, whatever the case may be. I think it's the same thing with the races. I think we can see a race overhaul coming. And here's the biggest thing. This was just easy money for Cryptic. Remember back in, I believe, May, they had a huge promotion where they sold normal Dragonborn for a charity event. It's right here. From groupies, they made $130,000. Now, this just wasn't on Neverwinter. This was also Star Trek Online, and they did sell a lot of Star Trek Online stuff as well. But $130,000 during this charity event. And Cryptic didn't get one single dollar from this. All of this money went to charity. So Cryptic saw this and realized, wait a second, we have the potential to make a substantial amount of money here. Why don't we take it one step further and do the shiny Metallic instead? This was just normal Dragonborn. If you don't know the difference, normal Dragonborn cost $60 normally. You have to buy it from the Zen Market. It's about $60 for that race. And this was $10. They sold it for $10 for charity. So yes, everyone and their mother bought these packs, right? Because if you didn't have it already, then you just got normal Dragonborn, which is also considered best in slot, but there's one step further of going to shiny Metallic Dragonborn. So you could get Dragonborn for $10. You would be an idiot not to do this, plus all of this went to charity. So it was a win-win in my eyes. Even I promoted this event very heavily, because not only did you get Dragonborn for $10 when it normally cost $60, but also all that money went to charity. So Cryptic looked at this, they looked at the data and said, wait a second, we could just take it one step further, sell Shiny Metallic outright for $15, and we can take all that revenue. So yes, they made an absolute plethora of money. Now, if you don't know the difference, normal Dragonborn has 1500 critical strike, you get some critical severity, and you get 5% incoming healing. Now, the Shiny Metallic Dragonborn, it cuts down on that incoming healing, but gives you additional HP. So instead of 5% incoming healing, it gets knocked down to 3% incoming healing, but you also gain 3% maximum HP. You get to keep the critical strike, you get to keep the critical severity. So there's a slight difference, and if you're a min-maxer, that's a big deal. Now, if you don't care about any of those statistics, then who cares? You're talking about fractions of percentages here, you know, right? Going from 5% to 3% and gaining 3% additional HP, that's not a significant number in the slightest. This is why I personally have never had Shiny Metallic Dragonborn up until now. Because if you don't know, there's only one possible way to get that race in the game, and that's from a Glorious Resurgence Legendary Pack. Now, you have to get this by opening lockboxes. This is the only way that you could get this race up until this point. Now, you can just buy it for $15. So, like, the Glorious Resurgence packs, depending on your platform, these always held their price value. On Xbox, for instance, these go from anywhere from 5 million to 6 million AD. And that was the same thing for the race. The race usually went for, 5 to 6 to even upwards of 7 million AD. Now, of course, that price is going to be different on PS4. That price is going to be different on PC. But if we look at this, 1500 Zen, right? And times it by a maxed out AD at 750, that's 1.125 million AD. This is how much Shiny Metallic Dragonborn is going to cost during the event up until the 16th. If you have a maxed out ADX. So you just completely killed that market. Now, for whatever reason, the Glorious Resurgence are still holding steady price, because you can also get a maxed out Bull Pup, an Owlbear Cub, and a Polar Bear Cub in here. But all of these legendary mounts are obsolete because we have account-wide legendary mounts now. So the only reason that Glorious packs were holding value in-game was because of the race. This is the only place in the entire game that you can get that Shiny Metallic Born. So I never had it. There was no way that I would sacrifice 6 million to 7 million AD in-game for 3% more HP. It just never made logical sense to me. Now, that doesn't matter. Now you just buy for $15. So, if you're on a maxed out ADX, I'm talking to you, PC players, Shiny Metallic Dragonborn should be yours for a little over 1 million AD. Everyone in the game right now should have Shiny Metallic Dragonborn. There's no reason not to. Now, even if you're on Xbox, let's just grab a random price, right? So it costs 1500 Zen to buy this, and let's just say the ADX right now on Xbox is around 600. It's like 900k. So for 900,000 AD for the best in slot race, absolutely. I'm not going to pay 6 million or 7 million. 900k. So this is why I think the good old bait and switch could be coming. We know Mythic Mounts are in the works. Mythic Mounts will undoubtedly be coming out, right? That's happening. Mythic Mounts will be coming. So they already had account-wide legendaries. Those will become obsolete when Mythic Mounts come out. So now they're just selling Shiny Metallic Dragonborn for $15. So not only are they making a substantial amount of revenue from this just individual promotion, not counting all the promotions they've had over the past 6 months, they're going to make a absolute killing in real life market values here. So yeah, Neverwinter's not going away, guys. Neverwinter is never going to shut down. Neverwinter is never going into maintenance mode until the company doesn't make profit from the game. So yeah, if you're worried and you're scared that Neverwinter's going to be going away, it's going to shut down, it's going into maintenance, but don't worry about that. That's not happening. That's not going to happen for a very long time, as far as I'm concerned. Neverwinter is a free-to-play game. They have constant new players coming into the game every single day, and all of those Timmies are going to open their wallets, and the company is going to make revenue from Neverwinter for a very long time. So the game itself is not going anywhere. I would be more worried about bait and switches. Is there going to be a race balance coming out, thus making this obsolete? So Dragonborn is not going to be best in slot anymore. What if they rework all the races, and now either something else becomes best in slot, or they take my suggestion of they need to make races purely a cosmetic feature of the game. It shouldn't matter what race I play in the game. It should not affect my character to such a degree that something is considered best in slot. Because then everyone just plays the same race, and what the hell's the point of having any other race at that point? So I would be more worried about a bait and switch here. Yes, you're going to pay $15, you get access to this, which I encourage to do, because who knows if and when races will ever get a rebalance. So $15 gets you best in slot. You would kind of be silly not to do this, not to buy this for $15, considering the only way to get this is out of the legendary pack. You're either going to have to get a legendary pack yourself by rolling lockboxes, which I don't suggest you do, or you buy it on the auction house. Now, if you don't want to spend the $15, again, you could just buy it from the auction house. We did the math. If you're on PC, I'm sure there's people selling these. If you're on Xbox, there's people selling these in the market. We're going to jump in the game real quick. I have a few more things to say, and then we're going to wrap up this video. Alright guys, and here we are. We're actually filming this on PC. I can't film this on Xbox, and I will discuss why I can't do that. So here we are on PC. Here it is, right here in the Zen market. 1500 Zen for Metallic Dragonborn. Now, if you already own Dragonborn, if you already own Shiny Metallic Dragonborn, rather, this doesn't show up for you, which I think is unfair. So if you already have this unlocked on your account, this doesn't even show up for you. So you can't profit from this. And this is what happened to me on Xbox. I actually bought 2 of these on Xbox, but then I made the mistake of equipping one of them, unlocking it on my account, and then it disappeared from the Zen market. Thus, I could not buy any more. I was going to buy about 3 extra of these, because until they do some kind of race balance, this will remain best in slot, and it will go back up in price. So I was looking to make some profit from this, right? I mean, on Xbox, I could buy this for 700, 800, 900,000 AD, and a month down the road, flip it for probably a couple million at the least. But if you already actually had Shiny Metallic Dragonborn unlocked on your account, this promo, this sell, it doesn't even come up for you. And I kind of disagree with that. They should have just made it a one-time purchase. One per account. Limited, 1 per account. They should have put it in here. If you wanted to buy it, you can buy it. You could buy one of them. And if you already had it, then you could sell that extra one on the market. But if you didn't have it, you would have to equip it, right? Or sell it. I mean, that would be your prerogative. But I think everybody deserved the right to at least have access to it. So if you already had it unlocked on your account, you can't do anything about that. You either have to use a secondary account to buy it and then transfer it, and there's nothing else you could do. Or you could buy some on the market at the cheap, whatever low price, and then try to flip that down the road. So yeah, I don't necessarily agree with that market aspect, but I think they did it on purpose because they didn't want people to profit from this. They just wanted to give all the new players, casual players, or anyone that didn't have this access to have this, not actually try to make profit from this, you know? So let's very quickly go ahead, since we are on PC, I'm kind of interested to see what the price value is actually looking like over here. Let's see if we can find it here. Sigil. So yeah, even on PC with a maxed out ADX, you're looking at almost 2 million, which isn't horrible. That's not horrible considering this was on PC was probably going for, I don't know, probably 10 million normally. I have no idea. I have no idea what legendary packs actually sell for on PC if we take a look. So they were probably going for about 8 to 9 million before. So 8 to 9 million to 10 million on a maximum. There's a sum here for a couple, 10 million. Hey, look, it's Coyote. Little ginger dragon right here. Little ginger dragon. Shout out to ginger dragon. But yeah, so if you were, like I know one PC player literally just bought Shiny Metallic and he told me he paid 10 million AD for it. And then a couple weeks later, this promotion happened. So he was extremely salty, and it's hilarious. I'm not gonna call him out by who it was or his name or anything, but he knows who he was. So yeah, there it is, guys. That's all I got for you today. Like I said, you have the opportunity to get the current best in slot race right now for, fractions of what it normally goes for. So, good discussion video today. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Make sure you smash that like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. Go ahead and share the video with your friends. Leave me comments below. Tell me your overall feelings. What do you think is happening here? Neverwinter's not shutting down. Don't be afraid of that. That's not going to happen. Be more concerned about what type of bait and switch mechanics they're going to use. So I'll leave you guys with that. Leave me comments below. Discuss the topic. I'll see you guys real soon.